It's hurricane season.
This is what Lubman wakes up to every single morning. We all know producer Sam Lubman. He doesn't rock the feelers no more, folks. He dumped the feelers. He ditched them. And his swag is through the roof right now. He's wearing Miami gear actually, City Connect Giants gear today. But he's a big-time Miami Hurricane fan because he attended the University of Miami, and they're playing Bethune-Cookman. Just let me know when Miami plays Florida State, so Florida State can add to their win-loss record.
I mean, if that clip doesn't get you fired up for hurricane season, I don't know what will. I mean, jeez, sign me up for hurricane season now.
It's hurricane season.
I'm cancel all my plans whenever there's a Miami game.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, that's what I do. It works for me.
Oh, my gosh.
Sometimes.
He's going to be so disappointed. Boy, with the Giants playing the way they're playing.
He has like the U documentary, the 30 for 30.
Oh, he has it on a loop.
With no volume.
He's first date. Hey, you ever watch 30 for 30 out of you?
Yeah.
That's movie night for him. Lubman taking a girl out to the movies. They're watching the U documentary.
Yeah, be binging the U and the U part 2 tonight, man. That's the tradition.
Yeah.
About the U. It's all about the U. It's all about.
That's my text tone right there, too, by the way.
I love these texts that come in every day.
I love it when Michael Irvin's like pointing at the crowd.
Look, we didn't mention this all day. But I got a question for Lubman. But Bonte is a Trey Sermon, a radio host. Lots of hype, but never delivers. However, I have not gotten cut yet by 95.7 The Game, and I'm not in Philadelphia. Trey Sermon is an Eagle now. John Lynch spoke on that yesterday saying, obviously last week he said he was a star in training camp. Nobody believed that. Adam Schefter reported from ESPN yesterday that the Eagles were trying to trade for Trey Sermon last week. They waited it out. Niners cut Trey Sermon or waive him, however you want to say it. He goes to Philadelphia. Niners did say that they wanted to bring him back onto the practice squad, but now he's an Eagle. So fly, Eagle, fly for Trey Sermon.
And they also said that they got word that Jordan Mason, like if they would have put him on waivers, then he was going to get claimed immediately. So that's what John Lynch said. So they decided, you know what? We've seen Trey Sermon for a season.
Right.
Didn't really pan out. Jordan Mason, we may have something there. Who knows if we're going to have to go to him or not. But, that's pretty much why they took Jordan Mason over Trey Sermon. So
No doubt. By the way, real quick before we get into your mascot story.
Oh, boy.
Have you ever met Luke, Sam Lubman? Luke. Freaky old Luke down in Miami.
Uncle Luke? No,
Uncle Luke.
I wish. Unfortunately, our path never crossed.
Oh, well, that's probably good for you. He would have turned your ass out, man.
Probably.
In Cancun and, Lubman, hanging out with 3 Live Crew.
What, 3 Live Crew?
No.
2 Live Crew.
2 Live Crew, excuse
Lubman would have
me.
made it 3 Live Crew.
3 Live Crew. That's
I'll be
where I was
bopping
trying
with
to go
Trick Daddy,
here.
too. That's how I do down there.
You ever meet Trick Daddy?
That's another one. I didn't bump into any rappers down there.
He loves the kids.
I was too busy going to class and games and other extracurricular activities.
I do not believe that. Now, let's get into the mascot story.
Which part? The class part? Or
No. We moved on from you. Enough Miami talk. Bye. I'm out.
Go Canes.
You're a mascot, Langford.
I was for 2 games, yeah.
How did that happen?
I asked.
You asked to be a mascot.
Yeah.
Why did you want to be a mascot?
I don't know. When really looking back on it and thinking about my time during high school, Irvington High School over there in Fremont, I was a big look at me guy. I don't know if you could tell that, but I was a big look at me guy back in high school. So I would do anything and everything because I'm
attention.
I was an entertainer, Bonte.
Needed attention.
That's what I said. I'm a look at me guy, but I was also an entertainer back in high school. Loved to make people laugh. And then when I was like, you know what, I want to be the mascot for a couple of games. Heard that the mascot was going to be out, so I said, you know what, suit me up. Turns out when I got on the mascot suit and I was out there for the games over there at TAC Dennis Stadium over there at Washington High School.
That's where everybody plays there, right?
Yeah.
That's like everybody's home field.
The MVAL.
Get some fields.
I realized when I got out there, I don't really have any moves. Mascots are supposed to have moves. I didn't really have any moves. I kept on doing the Usain Bolt the whole time because we were on a track because it's like right in the middle of a track, a track and field thing.
Yeah.
So I was on a.
So were you like waving? Were you like pointing?
I did. Yes.
Were you dancing with the cheerleaders?
No, my move was to get down like a track athlete would do, running the 100. Then I'd run about 30 feet, and then I'd give him to Usain Bolt. I repeated that about 16 times. I was not a good mascot.
Did they cheer you? Did they laugh at you?
Laughed at me. Probably laughed at me.
Were you voted worst mascot of the year?
No, there wasn't no vote on that, thankfully.
Did your mama come out to watch you be a mascot?
No, thankfully not.
Okay.
I don't think anybody knew I was under that mask, so it's a big reveal
no
right
family
here.
support.
Of course not.
What's the mascot? I'm sorry.
A Viking.
Okay, so
It's
you're
a
a
Viking.
Viking.
Yes.
So you didn't even,
Excuse me,
did
I'm
you have
sorry.
a horn? Did you have a horn?
A Viking horn?
Yeah.
I wish I did. I did. You gave me the. You gave me the idea in the last one. Yeah. Should have. Except it would be pretty tough to blow the horn through the mask.
925 Comcast Business Sex Line.
Oh,
Good to
boy.
know nice guy can be a Little Caesars sign guy once his radio days are over.
Hey man, don't be disrespectful
Listen.
to those sign guys
Yeah,
on the corner.
Don't
man.
be disrespectful. And Langford sign guy career or radio career is it's a long way away from being over. Let me tell you, long way away from being over.
Yeah, well,
You haven't even got started
my
yet.
mascot career was over after that second game. I was done. You know.
The things you know.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was a fun little time. I played football a little bit, kind of enjoyed it, but then, senior year kind of things happened and I, ended up being a mascot. And it didn't work out too well.
Didn't work out.
Yeah, well, shout out to Fremont though.
What about
man.
Donovan Mitchell's days in Utah? Didn't work out too well. No championships, no appearances in the Western Conference Finals. They've already traded Rudy Gobert. And yesterday, we got the Woj bomb where Adrian Wojnarowski reported that Donovan Mitchell was heading to Cleveland, Ohio in an absolute blockbuster. Donovan Mitchell going to Cleveland, Ohio, as I pull up the details here. Because Colin Sexton, Laurie Markkinen, and who's the last guy? There's another guy for 3 unprotected first-round picks going over to the Utah Jazz. Donovan Mitchell now going to Cleveland. The Knicks are getting heat, and we'll get to that in just a second. What does it mean for the Warriors? Nothing. Utah's going to stink. They're not going to be a factor, so it means that the Warriors are going to get 3 wins, maybe 4. And they're stacking all these first-round picks, which is a Danny Ainge special because he's running the show in Utah.
Yeah, it is assets, baby.
Assets.
Danny Ainge loves assets.
Loves assets. Loves assets, right? That's a Danny Ainge special. So the Cleveland Cavaliers now, they have Darius Garland, Jared Allen. They have Evan Mobley, future All-Star. Now you have Donovan Mitchell.
That starting 5 looks good over there in Cleveland, man.
LeVert's a backup. Could be 6th man of the year.
Yeah.
So here it is. Here's the complete details. Cleveland sending 3 unprotected picks for Utah in 2025, 2027, and 2029. And pick swaps in 2026 and 2028. So along with the Rudy Gobert trade with Minnesota, Utah has gathered 13 unprotected picks through 2029.
This is my favorite part about basketball trades, though. Hey, we'll trade you a first rounder in 2030.
Yeah.
Like, when are the 2030s going to come around?
Right.
I just don't know how you just say, oh, man, you know what? I see this freshman in high school right now. He's going to be good. We'll get that first rounder in 2031.
It's a great deal for Cleveland, I believe.
No, it's fantastic.
Colin Sexton signed a 4-year, $72 million deal with the Utah Jazz, so he's going to go there. But, these teams take these picks in the future. You're absolutely right. Like, Oklahoma City has all these picks. They get Chet Holmgren. Now he's out for the year. It's like, you're a fan base in Utah right now, in Salt Lake City, Utah, or you're a fan of the Oklahoma City Thunder. You got no hope. All you can do is look at high school games and scout guys who may be on your team 7 years from now.
Boy, I can't wait till 2029 to see how that pick plays out. How they fulfill it. Look, I think though you brought up Rudy Gobert, and I just got to mention this because it sparked something. Yesterday we saw because they're what basketball tournament are they having right now? It's like some sort of
the FIBA World Cup.
The FIBA World Cup.
Greece,
Thank you.
Slovenia, Luka,
Yes.
Jokic, Giannis is playing in it.
So they had Gobert, and there was a video that surfaced on Twitter that I looked up yesterday. And I didn't look it up. Excuse me. It popped up on my timeline. So shout out to the Twitter algorithm for bringing this up. But Rudy Gobert, the caption was, "See guys, Rudy Gobert can play in the post. Look at him against Dennis Schroeder." And then he's trying to post up Dennis Schroeder, and he goes up for a hook shot with his left hand, goes off the back iron, then bounces off to the right. I'm like, okay, Rudy Gobert's still the same. Obviously going to be with Minnesota. Not sure how they're going to figure that out.
I don't know. I don't like that fit at all.
How do you not, if you're the Jazz, though, how do you not figure out a way to build around Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert? For all the crap that we give Rudy Gobert out here in the Bay Area.
At least one of them.
Just do something with them.
Well, if you're going to trade Rudy Gobert, let's build around Donovan Mitchell.
And I know that he's been hurt, every now and then, Donovan Mitchell, that is. But man, how could you not build some sort of contending team with those?
So apparently the New York Knicks offered Utah a package of R.J. Barrett, Obi Toppin, and Mitchell Robinson, as well as 3 unprotected first-round picks. The Jazz turned that down, And then Mitchell Robinson signed a $60 million extension to stay with the New York Knicks. Now, a lot of people are laughing at the Knicks because it's like, damn, the Knicks missed out again.
We are, yes.
But I don't blame the Knicks for not doing that. Apparently Utah came back and countered and wanted a little bit more. Knicks didn't gut their team. You can't do that. You can't do some of these things that these teams want to do where give us 15 picks and 4 your young stars. You can't do that.
But the funny part is Knicks fans are pissed because they didn't get their star.
And they didn't get Donovan Mitchell.
Yet again, they got to go into next season with a ton of uncertainty. Man, after that Hawks and Knicks playoff series where they were going at Trae Young, man, Knicks fans were so excited. And then the next season, yikes.
Did you see the Knicks? They sent out a tweet.
Oh, boy.
10 minutes after the deal of Donovan, when we got the alert about Donovan Mitchell going to Cleveland, they sent out a tweet. Locked in. It was R.J. Barrett holding a basketball. R.J. Barrett signs contract extension. And Whitley said Jordan had a perfect quote tweet. Perfect timing, New York. Perfect timing.
Unbelievable. Look, man, I'm not going to be worried about the Jazz this year. I'm like the Western Conference. We saw it, or we talked about it earlier. Like the executives, right? They went on ESPN. Tim Bontemps wrote his piece. Tim Bontemps, who covers the NBA. The executives had voted, and they have the Clippers winning the West. No doubt the Clippers win the West. I think there were 8 votes for the Clippers, then 3 for the Warriors, and 3 for the Suns. Like, I don't know what's going to go on with the Suns. The Suns could all of a sudden be back to, being the Suns they were in 2021. Who knows what's going to happen with the Suns? Maybe they're back. The Clippers, you can't rely on those guys to even stay on the court, stay healthy. Like the Jazz, if the Jazz had Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert still, I don't know. I was always wary of the Jazz. I know you hated them as a playoff team.
I didn't hate them.
They were a good regular season team, but they couldn't do anything in the playoffs.
I never took them seriously.
Right.
I never took them seriously. I just didn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know. And it didn't work out for them. Now, it is funny when you bring up the Clippers, you bring up all these teams, and I still go back to earlier in the offseason where you had all these experts talking about the Warriors need to trade for Kevin Durant. They need a star if they want to go back-to-back.
Oh, boy.
And it was like, did we not just watch what happened in June? Like, I still feel like the Warriors going into the season are going to be underrated. I think people think, if Chris Middleton doesn't get hurt for Milwaukee, they win the championship. Could be true, but we don't know. He got hurt, and they didn't make it past the second round. And they lost to Boston in 7. They lost to the Boston Celtics in 7 in the second round of the playoffs. We just don't know. But I still feel like the Warriors are going to be a bit underrated going into the season. And they're still hearing the noise. What are you going to do with Draymond? What are you going to do with Jordan Poole's money and Andrew Wiggins? All that stuff's going to work itself out, like the Trey Lance situation in San Francisco.
Right.
It's going to work itself out. We're going to have the answers as the season plays out. Same thing with the Warriors. It's going to work itself out.
There's going to be a lot of talk, though, Bonte. There's going to be a lot of talk through the season.
Noise.
And I could understand where you're coming from, saying that they are underrated. I mean, hell, I just mentioned that the executives are ranking the Clippers ahead of them.
Yeah.
So
and the Nuggets are getting a lot of hype.
Yeah.
Nuggets are getting a lot of hype.
I'm a part of that hype, though, Bonte. Trust me, I think the Warriors are going to have a better season than the Nuggets, no doubt. But it's just last year, we saw what Jokic was doing. Like when the Warriors played him in the playoffs, we're sitting here, we're like, man, they got Monty Morris, they got Will Barton. We better watch out for those guys. And then when you played the Warriors, you thought, how in the hell did Nikola Jokic even get him within the Warriors' realm within the Western Conference? How the hell did he get him to that seed? Man, when you get a guy like MPJ back, Michael Porter Jr.
He's got to stay healthy.
He's got to stay healthy. That's number one.
Jamal Murray's got to play defense.
And then Jamal Murray.
He's got to play defense.
I think they can be a good team.
With Jamal Murray, I mean, he's a good player, but he exploded in the bubble.
Yeah.
A lot of guys exploded in the bubble. Why? There was nobody there.
Right.
It was easy to play the empty gym.
True.
Now you got 18-5 at Chase Center screaming down at you. Dub Nation. So we'll see. I can't wait for hoops. I really can't. Yeah.